Well, students, we're gonna keep working on your monster pots today. Most likely, half of the tables are gonna have red and half of them are gonna have black. I would like you to start with either red or black, whatever color your table has. So we'll pretend my color, the turquoise color, has red at it and it wouldn't have black to start. So instead of using this turquoise, I'm gonna be using the red to get this job done first. So I'm holding it in my hand. I'm just gonna wipe off a little bit of glaze. I'm gonna put glaze on the tongue. Just kind of turning it, making sure just to do a little bit at a time, keep it in control. Glaze that, kind of turn it, so I can get this part too. And if you are working on the sides, just be careful that it doesn't touch that turquoise color. So I'm just being slow and steady. Around. Last week, everyone did a really good job taking their time. We don't want to go too fast. I'm gonna get this side of the tongue here, making sure it's not mixing with my turquoise. And once I do that, just check that. Usually 2 coats is gonna be enough. So we'll pretend that it's dry. It should probably be a little bit more dry than that. I'll at least get 2 good coats on the top of the tongue. Now, once I have that done, get the front also, just kind of turn it, get that part done. And then, while you're waiting for me to switch the red and the black, you need to wipe your brush off and put these brushes at the end of your table, because you're gonna need a clean brush for your turquoise. So I'm gonna move this cup out of the way also, so you can move those to the end of your table. And then while you're waiting for the other color, I do want you to be glazing this again. So I'm gonna glaze, go around the teeth, go around the tongue, making sure that I'm leaving the teeth white, making sure, since I just worked so carefully on the tongue, I don't want any of the turquoise getting on my red glaze that I just did. So we'll be careful to go around that. And then we would go around the whole thing. So we're gonna just pretend that I am done with that. Now, when I need to set this brush down, just wipe it off, set that down. And when I put the black at your table, the black is really just for the eye. So I'm gonna keep the edges white. I'm gonna take just a little bit on the tip of my brush and I'm just gonna stamp this little dot. So just like barely touch it. I'm just gonna go right in that little dot there. This glaze right now is kind of thick. I might end up putting a little bit more water in it. Just gonna stamp a little dot. I want to leave the part around it white. I might check and see if I have a different brush a sec and see if it might work a little easier for us to glaze this. Let me check. I do, I have one of these. And I'll try to bring these instead, because I think this might just be the perfect size for this. So let's see about this brush. Sometimes I say use the right size brush for the job. Ooh, yeah, that's way better. That's way easier. So For the black glaze, I'll give you a smaller brush, just so we don't get too much glaze all over the eye. Okay. If at any time you're thinking that you are done, just go back to the main color. So I just glaze that, trying to make those dots look nicer. And then I would set my brush down that has the black. Ooh, almost put my brush in the wrong one. So move this back so you don't end up with my mistake there. And then if at any time you're thinking you have extra time, I want you to put a little bit more of your main color on. Still being careful not to get it on the teeth and not getting on the white part of the eye. So I go around this, and don't forget to do the back. So you flip it around, check the back, and make sure that this also gets another coat of glaze. Okay, so I'm gonna finish mine up after I turn off the video so I can get another really good coat on here. But we'll use red for the tongue, a little bit of black for the eyes, keep the teeth white, keep this white, and another coat of your main color on there. And when we're done, just set them down carefully, wipe off your brush. If you need to set your brush down, it goes on the table. Please don't lean it on the cup. Let's have fun working on these.